Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start step one in making this yummy bread that you see in this bag here. Okay, so I've got a bunch of hard red winter wheat, and we're gonna try this time to make 2 loaves. One of them's gonna be rye, and one of them's gonna be normal. All I do is, hold on. I got a little of this. So we're soaking the grains. So why do we soak the grains? I don't know. We just do it.
So they sprout.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to soak them for about 8 hours. You can soak them as long as you want.
No, you don't want them growing.
You don't want them growing too much, because then it loses some of its...
You can't soak them as long as you want.
They could soak them as long as the heck they want.
You start growing.
That might be all right. All right, I need more water. Okay, so a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I guess that helps release some of the enzymes. And then a bunch of water. All right, I soak them for 8 hours. Do what you want. Okay, so I've started putting all of the grains on the drying racks. They've soaked overnight, probably about 10 hours. I don't know that you'll see it, but there's little tiny buds that have started on the grains. Let's see if that works, I don't know. Little buds. All right, here's what I do. I'm gonna bring you over to the sink. All right, so this morning we're going to get our sourdough starter a little more active. So what I'm going to do is add equal parts water and flour. I add about 50 grams of each. Not sure if you could read the scale. Okay, so there's 50. Zero that. A little extra flour. I went a little high on the water. Okay, there we go. So we stir that up. We'll leave that on the counter till tomorrow. Okay, so make sure they cool down to room temperature. They're not very hot, but you don't want moisture in there. Okay, so the dough has sat for about an hour at room temperature. So now what we're gonna do is just, I guess it's kind of kneading it. So this is the regular dough. So what you want is a bowl of cool water. So that'll stop or help it not stick to your hand so much. And then really all I'm gonna do is kind of go around the whole thing and help it fold it on itself. So I pull it from underneath and put it in the middle. And if it starts to stick, put more water on your hands. So it'll become kind of a nice ball of dough. So that looks good. So I'm going to cover that up and do the same thing to the rye. Let's see how the rye feels all right. This feels like a bit of a stiffer loaf, so we'll see if it rises the same. Okay, so these go into the fridge for a day or two, and then we let the yeast take care of it. Want to stop that for me right there? All right, so the dough has been in the refrigerator all night, and I took it out about an hour ago just so it would come somewhat to room temperature. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in these bread things, boules. How do I say it? Boule. Okay. So the other thing we can do is, if you want, so I've got these, herbs and seeds. So you can sprinkle them in. And then the top of the dough has seeds on it. Okay, so I put a little flour on the surface here. Take this out. So this is the regular loaf. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna knead it, and it's different than maybe what you've seen before, but all I'm gonna do is stretch and fold it a few times. Okay, so I'm gonna make a nice tight surface on the bottom. Okay, make sure I have enough flour here. Then I'm gonna, again, try to make that a nice tight ball. Okay. And then I place it. I know a lot of people do it differently. They flip it over. So if you look at, so I'm pressing it, and it's pretty tight. It springs right back, so it has a lot of rising to do. All right, we'll do the same thing with the rye loaf. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours, maybe a little more. They've risen, so it looks pretty nice. Essentially, I'm looking for the dent not to come back right away. Okay, so I've prepped the oven. So we cook, here I'll give you a little shot. So I've got some tiles on the bottom there, and then I put the bread into one of these Dutch ovens. So it's heated to 450 degrees. So essentially, I'll drop that in there. We'll put a little score on the top. Put that back in. And then we'll do it with the other bread. All right, so we've cooked or baked for 30 minutes. So now what we're gonna do, whoops, here we go. We're gonna take the lids off. Oh, that's hot. Can you see them? They look pretty good. Okay, so we are going to, with the lids off, bake for another 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. We're done. Oh, hot. Okay, so here we go. In fact, we'll do the hollow thumb test. That's our rye loaf, and this is the regular bread. Same thing, okay. Beautiful. So yeah, yummy. So let them cool because they are still cooking. Put lots of butter on it. Enjoy.